Hey YouTube, welcome to another episode of the Mark and Mike Show. In this episode, both Mike and I are riding our KTM 250s. I finally figure out how to stand or why to stand as you go through ruts. I have a terrible crash and my bike breaks down. Oh, that was fun. I don't know about you, but this bike was a lot of fun on that.
So Mark and I are out today on a 250 ride, and I do believe, Mark, this is the first time we've ridden the 250s together.
I should be standing, but I'm sitting. And both Mike and I have the bad habit of sitting too much on the bikes. Yeah, it's weird how you get used to one bike and then you're on a different one and it's just totally different. I'm usually riding a much newer KTM 300. This is kind of a buddy loaner bike, which is just an old bike that I ride every once in a while. I gotta stand. I'm not riding very well.
Me neither, man. Oh, I'm getting tired already.
And I've been trying to fix up this old bike to make it a lot more fun to ride. Yeah, my front tire's getting a lot of grip. I'm surprised, because I keep expecting it to slide out, and it's gripping really well.
That's awesome. Yeah, that rear tire of yours grabs rocks pretty good and throws them.
Yeah, that was brand new. It's a Cinco. What is it?
That's a 525, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And I got the 505. I like the look of that thing.
I gotta start standing. So I've been slowly converting this motocross bike into a trail bike. I just recently installed an 18-inch rim, which helped a fair amount, and then I've also been working on the suspension. The number one thing that helped, I think, was installing 4.5 weight fork oil. Oh, the suspension on this is so nice since I fixed it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I forgot. Oh yeah. This bike is so much fun with the suspension.
That's awesome.
My legs are still getting tired though.
Because you don't have that E-start.
Well, it's that stake pigs.
Oh yeah.
And I have stake pigs mounted on my 300, which makes it a lot easier to stand. Although honestly, after this ride, I kind of think they've handicapped me, and I might take them off the 300. Oh yeah, so much easier when you're standing. There's no doubt about it. Just everything. So this ride for the first time, riding when it's slippery in the ruts, I feel better standing.
Do you really?
Yeah, my problem is my subconscious doesn't recognize that.
Right.
So I still keep sitting, but you know why? I just figured it out. When you're standing, if the bike starts sliding out sideways, your butt's not on it, and so you counteract.
Right.
So here's kind of a high-tech version of what I figured out. We're going to use this old Harley model, and as you're standing on the pegs, you can see it's pretty stable. So if the wheels get into a rut, it doesn't want to tip over, where if your weight is on the seat and it starts going sideways, you're going to really push it all the way to the other side, and the bike's probably going to tip over. It's just not as stable. Where when your feet are down on the pegs, the bike, if it starts to tip, you can just stand it back up again. I don't know why I never figured this out before, but if you're in ruts, it's just far better to stand. The bike's just so much more stable. But as the bike's getting stuck in a rut, my butt isn't stuck to the seat, so it just goes the other way. Oh, this bike is so much fun. And if you've been following our channel for any length of time, you know that I've been trying to figure out how to mentally convince myself to stand for a long time. And after this ride, I think I've finally got it down. Oh, come on. I can't stand up. Well, maybe aside from this little bit right here, but I've definitely figured something out during this ride, and it's a whole lot easier. Oh, look at this.
Where are we, Mark?
So we're at a crossroads here. So let's just pick one of these and try to see if we can't come back here, okay?
All right.
This is cool. And as you can see, they've been doing an awful lot of logging up here, so they've everything just looks different. These trails are trails I'm sure we've been on, but they just look totally different with all the logging.
What are you, fourth gear up there?
I don't know, I got going too fast, so.
This is that one that gets really steep.
Is it?
Yeah. We've been on these before.
And this is pretty steep, even though it doesn't look like it.
Oh!
That was a wipeout.
Alright, you alright?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Catch my breath.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Bike's pointing in the wrong direction. Oh, that was fun.
Well, I got excited because you kind of got on the pipe, and I was like, okay, I'm going to get on the pipe too soon. So I think right where my back tire is, I think you hit that.
Yeah.
And that little sucker kicked you sideways.
Yeah, and I was sitting instead of standing. I think if I'd have been standing, I'd have been all right. Getting all foggy.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to turn around right down here.
Okay.
That was the best crash I've had in a long time.
That was pretty good. I was super afraid you hit that tree.
Yeah, I think I was in like fourth gear going up that hill.
Yeah, because I think I was reaching for third gear when you slid. Oh! Low bridge.
My head was higher than I thought it was. Get this rock out of the trail for the next guy. Right in the middle. Right in the middle again.
Right.
I'll let you deal with it if you can.
Alright, I'll see if I can get it. No, it doesn't want to get out of the trail.
Oh well.
Sorry, next guy.
No idea where we are. And listen to my engine here. You can hear the clutch slip. Uh-oh, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Oh. My foot was on the brake.
Oh. That'll make it run funny.
And no, the issue wasn't my foot on the brake. The clutch is actually slipping pretty bad, but it'll take me a second to figure it out. Yeah, I have no idea where we are.
I think we're down below the staging area, but I'm not positive on any of that.
I think my clutch might be fried.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, as soon as I rev the motor, it just goes, so we better head back.
Alright. We didn't knock a hole in your cage, did we?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just the... Yeah, I'm having a tough time.
Yeah, I can hear it. Oh, Grandpa Mark over there driving with his hazards on. And the clutch wasn't fried. The bark busters were just hitting the lever, and I didn't notice it till I got home. Well, that worked out all right. Glad your clutch started screwing up out
Right
here.
Yeah.
Close to here, not out there on the trails.
Yeah. I don't think I damaged anything in the crash. I think that's just a coincidence.
Okay.
Don't you?
Yeah, I was trying to watch your side cover. I didn't see any leaking or anything.
Yeah.
Coincidental.
Yeah, I think so. And I had that recluse in here for a long time.
Yeah,
so
but you said a recluse can wear out the clutch.
I think it does. They say it doesn't, but.
Well, there you have it, YouTube. Mark and I went out for a ride on the 250s.
Yeah.
I got a 2005 250 EXC, that 2006 250 FX.
Yeah.
No E-start, no nothing, but they sure are fun.
Yeah.
Nothing like a 250 to make you smile on the helmet, right, Mark?
Oh, that's totally true. Yeah, my 250 makes me smile more than the 300 for sure. So, that was fun. Had the best crash that we've had.
That was a doozy.
Yeah, that was fun.
Good day.
Yeah, all right.
All right.